We apologize for the technical difficulties. We understand that you missed the touchdown run from Parkee Chol. New York was up 17-10, and then he, Chol, did his thing. With the burst of speed at the end, the New York Knights lead 24-10. We join the game in progress with Cleveland returning the kickoff. So a 1st and 10 for Cleveland. They're now down 14. They had scored 10 straight points to cut it to a 7-point game. But the Knights offense responds. New York just averaging 27.3 points per game offensively. They have 24 here in the first half as Cleveland goes tight set with 2 backs in the backfield trying to get Johnny English going. They will not be able to. He loses 2 yards. Bobby Law coming around the corner makes another big hit. English is averaging less than 2 yards a carry in the opening half. 2nd down and 12. That has been the big difference between New York and Cleveland's offenses. Second and 12 from the 25, and we hit the 2-minute warning. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification along the Cleveland Viper Radio Network. Bangs up. You are listening to the home of the Vipers, 98.3 WCVT, Cleveland. Second down, 12 from the 25-yard line. 2 backs and 1 receiver. That's good speed, bottom of the screen. And Wright will flip it to English and had some space, but a very nice open field tackle by DJ McCoo. McCoo and Law are the anchors of this defense. There's no doubt about that. Brings up a 3rd down and 9. McCoo is 4th in the league in tackles with 35. Law is 6th in the league in tackles with 34. 4 receivers and an empty backfield for Wright. The Vipers just 3 timeouts and 90 seconds to try to make something happen, and Wright's pass falls to the turf after Douglas applied pressure. So Cleveland's going to have to punt it away, and it brings up 4th down and 9 in New York with all 3 of their timeouts. We'll have a chance here. To extend their lead. Their largest lead of the day is 17. And Cleveland's kick will be fielded and returned to the 41. So the Knights, pretty good field position. It would be a dagger. It would really be unfortunate if the Cleveland Vipers, after they did so well to erase their 17-point lead, or 17-point deficit rather, ended up going into the locker room back down by 17. 1st and 10 of the 41 with 2 backs. Back to pass is St. Clair. He is leveled at the 34. A loss of 6 yards. That was Lee Tuckinyuk on the sack, his first of the day. And it brings up 2nd and 16. Cleveland will get the ball to start the second half. Under a minute to play, New York in no hurry because they don't want to run the risk of giving the ball back to the Vipers. A 4-3 look for Cleveland. St. Clair, 3-step drop, will fire it down the middle, and that stops the clock with 45 seconds left. Studwell, the intended receiver. Now it's 3rd and 16. And Cleveland could get the ball back after all. Crowd loudest they've been today. Big game for both teams. Both are 1-3, trying to get their 2nd win of the season. The loser will drop to 1-4 on the brink of playoff elimination as St. Clair will throw it deep. He's got a receiver. It is Studwell who breaks a tackle in the open field, and New York is going to have their largest as Brock Studwell makes it 30-10. Well, over the last 2 weeks, Cleveland's defense has not been the letdown. In this first half, the defense was the letdown as Brock Studwell just takes over. The Vipers at one point down just 17-10 with about 4 minutes to go in this game. Gives up 2 touchdowns in the final 4 minutes of the first half and are back down by 3 scores. What a turn of events. And the extra point for New York is good. They are over their season average for points in a game, and we've only played a half. 31-10. It's up to Cleveland to respond. And you never know, if they can get a touchdown here and then get a touchdown to start the second half, they're right back in the game. New York kicks it away. From the 7. Cleveland on the return, and there is no room to speak of up to the 26-yard line. A disastrous last few minutes for Cleveland. It would now be the largest comeback in league history if they can pull it off. New York trying to end 9 straight victories by the home team in the league. 3 receivers with Wright out of the shotgun. And Wright will drop to throw. Cleveland staying aggressive. Fires to the 44, but the Vipers choose not to call a timeout. Down to 20 seconds to go. Cleveland with all 3 timeouts. I'm a little surprised they didn't elect to do anything about it, as Wright is going to swing it out just as he is hit. English has some blockers down to the 49-yard line, and Cleveland's going to have to burn one here and just chuck up a Hail Mary. Timeout with 3 seconds to go. So Cleveland leads 2 timeouts on the board. Johnny English couldn't get out of bounds on that play, and Wright's just going to have to give it the old heave-ho. Second and 5 from the 49, and the Hail Mary formation is set. Dan and Peter are right around the corner on the 2K Sports halftime report. Right back to pass, got all kinds of time, going to fling it down the field, and the pass is off the hands and off the back of the intended receiver. That was good speed. End of the first half. New York jumps on Cleveland early and late. They lead 31-10. Dan and Peter take it away. This is Viper Radio.
Hugh Blake gets a hand on this one. Right there. That's how you play D.
That was the 4th time they've swatted the ball out of the air, and the offense is looking frustrated.
The D is showing excellent fundamentals right here.
And that'll do it for the first half of this one. The Knights in command of this one, 31-10.
Well, Dan, what do you say? You ready to dive into the 2K Sports halftime show?
Now a look at our halftime comparison, and as you can see, total yards definitely tell the story thus far. The Knights are winning because of it. Let's see if they can keep up their dominance in the second half. An exciting start to this one right on the first play from scrimmage. Number 3 had it going through the air as he found his man for a big play. That set up a 35-yard field goal. The Knights get the first points of the game and go up by 3. Later on in the first, the ball at their own 29-yard line. Number 33 got the carry as they stayed on the ground on 3rd down, and he'd make it pay off. A 70-yard touchdown for the visitors. Midway through the first, the Knights up by 10. Number 3 connected with his man on this one. They have opened it up and now lead by 17. The Vipers answer right back. Number 9 would find his target on this one. That set up a 34-yard field goal. The Vipers trailing 17-3. Number 3 went to the air trying to convert on third down, and he found his man. Unfortunately, they could not capitalize on the play. The Vipers back on offense after a missed field goal. The ball at the 47. Number 11 ran a terrific route here and was able to pull this one in. A 32-yard play that set up a home team touchdown. Trying to answer back, the Knights ahead by 7. Number 33 on the carry here as they work the ground game, and this is a nice run. They're now up by 14. The Knights have it again. Number 83 emerged as a real weapon as he pulled one in here. A 65-yard touchdown for the visitors. The Knights out in front, 31-10. Number 9 would drop back and deliver a strike on this one. They were getting the yards, but they weren't watching the clock, and time ran out on them. And that will do it. The Vipers are down big at halftime, 31-10.
All right, Dan. Nice work.
The Vipers will get the ball first here in the second half, and they are going to need a bunch of scores to get back into this one. Currently, they're down 31-10. Let's get down to the field and the action.
End of the first half, Cleveland down 31-10. We'll be back for the second half. The Vipers get the football. This is Viper Radio 98.3 WCBZ.
As a home buyer in today's fast-paced real estate market, you need a competitive edge. You need an advantage that helps your offer stand out from the rest. We can help you gain that edge. Introducing an amazing new program called Mortgage First, exclusively from Quicken Loans. Mortgage First gives you the upper hand on the competition, and it lets you focus on finding the right home for you and your family. Whether you're a first-time or experienced home buyer, Mortgage First positions you as a strong, serious buyer and helps your offer stand out in today's competitive real estate market. With Mortgage First, the name really says it all. We focus on the mortgage part of the home buying process first. Here's how it works. Unlike a pre-approval, we'll work to verify your income, assets, and credit, and other necessary information up front. And just like that, we'll have you underwritten before you've even started shopping for a home. With the majority of the process completed up front, you can focus on finding the right home for you, not on the competition. You'll gain leverage in today's real estate market. And when it's time to make an offer, having Mortgage First helps you do it confidently. Let Quicken Loans make your next mortgage experience amazing, just like we have for nearly 2 million clients across the country. And for the 4th year in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. Bottom line, it's a great time to buy a home, and Mortgage First can help you do it with confidence. Mortgage First is available on all our purchase-based loans, including our 30-year fixed, with a rate as low as this. To learn more about how Mortgage First can help you, call Quicken Loans today or go to QuickenLoans.com. Quicken Loans, for a mortgage experience that's engineered to amaze.
Start of the second half here in Cleveland. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine, and the New York Knights are up 31-10. They got out to a 17-0 lead early in the first before Cleveland took about a quarter to nearly come back. 10 straight points made it 17-10, and then quickly New York struck for 2 more scores right before the half. They now lead by 21. This pass complete, and Johnny English got some good yak yards there. First down into New York territory on the first play of the second half. Weather today, 26 degrees and snow. Should be cold in Minneapolis tonight as well for Bark in the Park night, but I don't believe they're expecting snow there, which will be a refresher for SFL fans who have gotten used to watching games in the snow the last couple of weeks. Johnny English now 5 catches for 47 yards on 5 targets. He has done better receiving the football than he has running today, as New York's run defense has been very strong. A flip, that is English's, no, it's incomplete. Incomplete. Wright tried to find English for a 6th time today, which is actually more receptions than Park Hee-Chol has, who just a couple of weeks ago had over 20 catches. Coming into this week, an interesting stat, a new team moved in to the number 1 run defense category, and that was Baltimore. They are giving up just only 88 rushing yards per game, only team under 100. Hats off to the Crabs defense for that achievement. Right back to throw, the pass is caught. A 7-yard pickup, the 7 yards is generous. That's Armstrong with the catch. Brings up a 3rd down and short for the Vipers. Their task in the second half is to complete the biggest comeback in league history. Our second game of our doubleheader begins at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. The Minneapolis Maulers try to extend their record to 5-0 against the 2-1 San Francisco Bulldogs and their number 1 ranked defense, as Johnny English on a 3rd down and 3 will lose a yard. English cannot get anything going on the ground game. Bobby Law and DJ McCoo are all over the field, and Cleveland's opening drive will end with a punt.
Oh yeah, punter, I'm coming.
Vipers kick it away. The ball's going to bounce to the 5, and the ball's going to hit a player, and they're going to mark it officially at the 5-yard line. So, heck of a job, not only by the punter, but particularly the special teams players of the Vipers, who were able to get down the field quick enough and stop the ball from going in the end zone. So, here's an opportunity for Cleveland's defense to step up and swing things around. 2 receivers split out wide, as St. Clair will drop the throw on 1st and 10 from the 5 against the blitz. Hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Nearly a safety. Legacy, the intended receiver, and they credit him with a drop. That's 2 drops for Jake Legacy, and Jake Legacy's drops continue to haunt him. He has 2 drops already this season. That adds to his league-high 26 drops coming in to the afternoon. 2nd down and 10 from the 5. As St. Clair will drop the throw again against a blitz. St. Clair's in trouble. The pass is caught, but only a 2-yard or 3-yard gain. That's Legacy again. But St. Clair very dangerously holding sturdy in the pocket, just a little bit longer than maybe the Knights would like him to. 3rd and 7 from the 7. This would be big for field position if Cleveland could get New York off the field in a 3-and-out here. They're going to hand it off to Hee-Chol around the right-hand side, and Hee-Chol's got a burst of speed and picks up a 1st down to the 17. A gain of 10. They just cannot stop New York's offense today, regardless of what they do. Over 160 yards on the ground and in the air in the first half. And they are just continuing to punish the Viper defense, which is last in the league, giving up 42.5 points per game. 2nd last in the league, giving up 524 yards a game. second last in the league in pass defense and second last in the league in run defense as that pass is incomplete. St. Clair again cannot find anybody. That's 3 straight incompletions to start the second half for Wes. Wes at 74% completion coming into the game is second only to Marconi's 77%. Second and 10 at the 17. St. Clair is under center. A 4-3 defense shown by the Vipers. And they are going to back off and rush just 4, and St. Clair's going to dump it off short, and a big hit in the open field by Elfage makes it only a 1-yard gain. 5 tackles for Elfage, brings up a 3rd down and 9. New York has already converted a 3rd down and 7 on this drive. Knights up by 21, trying to win their 2nd consecutive game to push their record to 2-3 after the defending champs started 0-3. Free play here to Heat Scholl, and Heat Scholl's going to be wrestled down, but an offside is going to bring up 3rd down and 4 and give the Knights another chance. First penalty of the day.
Neutral zone infraction, number 94. Defense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
3rd down and 4. Unfortunately for the Vipers, they would have had a stop and could have gotten off the field, but instead, the Knights will stay out there. Rocco Marconi later tonight has a quarterback rating of 130 this year. 29 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. I believe the 29 touchdowns is a league record for touchdowns in a season, as Heat Scholl will not get the first down. And we've only played half a season. I mean, Marconi is averaging 7 touchdowns a game. I mean, it's just out of control. Red Feather's record-setting year up to this point. Well, actually, he threw 32 touchdowns in that season, so Marconi still hasn't gotten there yet, but he'll likely get there this evening. Cleveland nearly blocked that punt. They will get the ball, though, on New York's side of the 50 on a 1st and 10. Pretty good stop by the defense there, keeping it a 3-score game with 8:43 to go in the 3rd quarter. CasualAdultGamers.com is an official partner of the Simulation Football League. Find out more at their official website. If you would like to join the #1 NFL online via online Xbox 360 experience, the Casual Adult Gamers NFL is right for you. As that pass is caught and missing 2 tackles, or avoiding 2 tacklers, is Knight tight end, or Viper tight end, excuse me, Sean Baker, all the way to the Knight 28, and look at this move from Baker. 2 linebackers missed the assignment, and Baker makes a big play for Cleveland to get him in the scoring position. Look at English's numbers, just 28 yards on 17 carries. 1st and 10, Wright's going to hand it off to English. Right-hand side spins off a tackle and then gets away and picks up 5 to the 23. That was one of English's best runs of the day. Good runs have been hard to come by. 2nd down and 5. If you missed yesterday's action, Oklahoma City shut out Honolulu 13-0 in the second half and held the Legends to 39 yards of total offense in the second half, as English is going to lose 4 yards, thanks to Bobby Law. They held Honolulu to 39 yards in the second half, outscored them 13-0 in a 26-21 victory. That helped OKC improve to 2-3. Honolulu fell to 2-2. And the final game of Week 6, the halfway point of the SFL season, comes your way later tonight at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. Minneapolis, San Francisco, the game of the week. 3rd down and 9. Wright needs a first down. Can't take a sack. Going to the end zone. The pass is caught for a touchdown. Scott King. What a throw from Caleb Wright. And the Knights are back in business. Man, and it wasn't a pretty looking throw. Wright got hit as he threw, and we're going to take another look at that from Wright's angle. Actually, no, he didn't get hit. It was just a wobbly-looking ball, but it finds the hands of Scott King. A big touchdown for Caleb Wright, the first of the day for Cleveland's passing attack. And it's back to a two-score game. For Caleb Wright, that was touchdown number 10 on the season. That ties him with Mike Dazzo as second best in the league. For Scott King, as the extra point is good. That was touchdown number 19 for his career and number 6 on the season, which is fourth best in the league behind Quick, Abaratsabo, and Cooley. 31-17, Cleveland hanging around. From inside the 2-yard line, New York on the return, and up to the 22. St. Clair back to throw. The pass is caught. A 5-yard gain to the outside. Chambers, who's been quiet since that big possession where he caught 3 straight passes down the field, has 73 yards on 5 grabs, but Cleveland is going to challenge the catch.
The Vipers are challenging.
Let's take a look as Chambers, I don't think he was in bounds here. He's out of bounds. Half of the foot was out of bounds. That's a great challenge for Cleveland. I think this is going to be overturned.
After review, the play stands.
Or not.
The catch was made prior to going out of bounds. The Vipers will be charged with a timeout. Second down.
You know, sometimes it's hard to tell what these officials are thinking. But I honestly don't see a way that that's a catch. New York catches a break. Second down and 5 at the 27-yard line. Cleveland is charged a timeout. 2 in the backfield, and the handoff goes to Heechol, and Heechol gets a big block on the right-hand side. Heechol's out to the races again. Park Heechol cannot be stopped today. Touchdown, New York. And Cleveland just cannot play defense. Oh, it's just so frustrating to watch if you're a Viper fan. You could just see it happen. Heechol's only got to make one man miss once he gets to the outside. And the Vipers are toast. New York's touchdowns have been on big plays all day. That's all they've gotten is big plays for touchdowns. And Cleveland is right back where they started this half. And the Knights, if you still have to play New York this season, they've now won. Well, I can't. That's not fair to me to say. If Cleveland's defense can't pick it up, the Knights have won 2 straight games. As that kick is good, it's now 38-17. Cleveland's defense needs a serious pep talk. Park Heechul is running all over the place. Up to the 31. First down. English takes the handoff left. He will pick up 5, still averaging less than 2 yards a carry today, up to the 36.
Number 21 with the tackle. Second and 4 from Wolves Vipers, 37 yards.
I'm checking counter. I'm checking counter.
Hand off to English again. English in the open field. Oh, Goodspeed got in his way. First down Vipers, but Johnny English may have sprung it loose if Goodspeed would have not. Let's take a look at this again. English has open field, and then Goodspeed. Oh, he was trying to pick up a block, it looks like. Hand off to English around the left-hand side. Got some room again. Johnny English to the New York 38. English is starting to turn it up finally halfway through the third quarter.
15 on the play. First down, Vipers. First and 10.
Cleveland desperately trying to keep themselves in it. Maybe their defense will make a play. Hand off to English again, and that's what has been happening most of the day. English pounded in the backfield. A 2-yard loss brings up 2nd and 12.
Second and 12 from the Knights, 40 yards.
Four wide receiver set, 3 to the left-hand side as Wright drops to throw. The pass is caught. A 3-yard gain brings up 3rd and 9.
Blake credited with the tackle.
Another 3rd and long here for the Vipers. We'll see what San Francisco can do later tonight
36 yards.
against the Minneapolis Maulers. A tough task. The two teams met in the preseason. San Francisco got blown out of the building. Bulldogs have been playing well this season, however. Wright is hit and sacked. If you think about it, the Bulldogs and the Maulers are the two teams that haven't lost as far as the time frame, because the Bulldogs, their one loss came the first game of the regular season against Oklahoma City. Since then, they've won 2 straight. Cleveland back to punt. Under 4 minutes to go in the third. The game is starting to slip away from the Vipers as Wright took a sack on that last play. This punt is going to bounce, and they tried to save it. Did they? No, they knocked it into the end zone. A diving effort. The ball was sitting mere inches from the 1-inch line, and they rule some of that ball crossed the goal line, and New York gets it on the 20.
First and 10 from the Knights, 20 yards.
St. Clair back to throw. St. Clair down the field and knocked away. Chance at an interception there. Neither quarterback has a interception today as Cameron Brantley stepped in front of that pass. And was that tipped or just dropped? Oh no, that was tipped. Fell to the feet of Nathan Chambers.
Second and 10 from the Knights, 20 yards.
Second down and 10. That pass is caught. An 8-yard gain. That's Legacy. Sets up a 3rd down and short. And if the Vipers want any hope of a comeback. You would think they would need to get some points on the board before this quarter comes to an end. Still alive in this one. A 4-score game is pretty insurmountable, but Cleveland still trying to hold out hope, down 21 here on a 3rd down and 2. St. Clair back to pass. St. Clair looking, and he goes over the middle, and it's knocked away. So the Viper defense gets off the field, and now they need Johnny English to get hot, Scott King to get hot. It's gut check time for the Vipers, trying to avoid a 1-4 start. New York kicks it away. I'm feeling something magical about this last 15 minutes of this game. The way Cleveland can score. The way Wright has protected the ball. Caleb Wright against New York, who forces about 2 turnovers a game. Wright has had struggles throwing interceptions this season coming into the week. He leads he's 2nd worst in the league with 8, although St. Clair had 8 coming into the day as well, and he has not thrown one. First and 10 of the 39-I formation. Right back to throw. Got to get it away. Swings it out far side, and that is a 6-yard pickup. Both quarterbacks now over 200 yards passing, having some good days. Brings up 2nd down and 4. Wright crosses the 200-yard threshold with that completion.
2nd and 4. Ball at the 46-yard.
2nd and 4 at the Viper 45-yard line, down by 21 to the Knights. Handoff goes to English. He's got a 1st down, and English to the Knight 46-yard line as a move of the chains, and Scott King got hurt on the play. What happened to Scott King? They said he got hurt. Oh, he's pulling. You could see on the replay he was pulling. I'm not good. Maybe Barkley can tell me. Was he pulling on his quad back there? Some sort of leg injury for Scott King. We hope it's not serious. He pulled up limp on a run play. And that would be a huge loss for Cleveland. Scott King is this franchise. 1st and 10 of the 46. Handoff goes to English around the right-hand side, and English only picks up 2. But now with English with King not on the field, it hurts the attack of this offense, which is very downfield threatening. Might be a hamstring, yeah. Right over 100 quarterback rating today. 2nd down and 8, and they're going to go play action, and Wright has got all kinds of time. Going to go deep to the right-hand side. The pass is tipped and incomplete. That was to King's side of the field, but King's not on the field. That was Armstrong, the intended receiver, and what would have happened on that play if King would have been available? 3rd down and 8 from the New York 44. It's good speed time as you look at Armstrong split out wide. Right back to throw on a 3rd down and 8. He's going to go down the middle. The pass is nearly intercepted. And that injury to Scott King really hurt that drive. Bowman will come on to punt, and Cleveland, they're just not getting it going today. Just haven't gotten it right. New York, just big touchdown after big touchdown. They've got 5 touchdowns today. 2 for St. Clair, 3 for He Chol. The 2 touchdown passes have gone to Chambers and Studwell, both in the first half. He Chol with 3 touchdowns and likely over 200 yards at this point. And how many times has Cleveland been in New York territory or near New York territory with a drive that stalled out here in the 3rd quarter? 1st and 10 for the Knights. For Cleveland right now in the short term, they just hope Scott King is okay.
1st and 10.
and then he comes back into this game. Cleveland loses. They're not done yet. They would have to win out, but that would include beating the undefeated Maulers, which with Cleveland's personnel seems rather unlikely. This was a sort of must-win game for the Vipers today, and they just have not been able to get it done as Parkeet Scholl in the open field will fight for a first down up to the 30. So 1st and 10 for New York with 3 in the backfield, and Heachol's going to take the handoff, and that's where he's been killing Cleveland all day. Heachol, 262 yards on 18 carries, and that right-hand side of the Cleveland run defense continues to get gashed. Just terrible tackling. And 262 yards for Parkeet Scholl is a season high. We're going to check to see if that is a career high for Park. Second time Cleveland has allowed a back to run for over 260 yards. Swing out to Heachol again, and he is taking over this game. Another first down. That is not a career high for Heachol. It is his second best game. He had 342 yards on 36 carries and 4 touchdowns in a game last year. So 342 is the number for Heachol as the quarter comes to a close. The end of 3, 1 quarter away from the end of this one. New York 38, Cleveland 17. This is Viper Football on 98.3 WCBZ.
What's that? You got Mommy a Mother's Day present? From where?
Oh, nice. Oh, I totally agree. She's the best mommy ever.
It's beautiful.
The Diamonds in Rhythm collection at Kay Jewelers. A shimmering center diamond is always in motion, catching light from every angle. Save up to 30% on Diamonds in Rhythm at Kay, the #1 jewelry store in America.
What's that? Give Daddy a great big kiss.
Every kiss begins with Kay.
Let's unplug the past. Let's say goodbye to those. And hello to whoa. Let's find a better way to cook this. Wash that. Compare those and save these. Because you can make dinner. Or you can make dinner a breeze. Are you ready? Let's do this. More saving. More doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Right now, this Whirlpool washer dryer, just $3.49 each.
Easy chip shot. So much for overtime.
The kick is no good! Unbelievable! We're going into overtime!
Best overtime ever.
Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
With 4 times the resolution, nothing is more captivating. Ultra HD from Vizio.
Cleveland Viper Football on 98.3 WCBZ is brought to you by Hooters, by Quicken Loans, by Progressive, and by Vizio. Start of the fourth quarter for New York, up 38-17 with the football. At a 1st and 10 at the Cleveland 39, and the handoff goes to Heachol, right-hand side, and he's out in the open field again, a 5-yard gain. Scott King suffering from cramps. He may return. Good news for the Vipers, who wouldn't have any shot of beating the Maulers down the road without him. 2nd down 5 for New York. Second down 5. St. Clair back to throw, and an easy pitch and catch, but the pass a little bit off target to Chambers. Only a 2-yard gain. There's a look at Chambers' production. Most of that coming in the first quarter of play. Set up a 3rd down and 3 for New York. Cleveland would need an improbable comeback. Backs and 2 receivers for the Knights. Trying to make it 2 wins in a row. St. Clair will hand it off to Heachol, buried on 3rd down. Tackle made by Alphage brings up 4th down and 3. New York has already missed a field goal today. It was from 25 yards out. Or it was from, it was from 25 yards out. It was a chip shot. Actually, they're not going to kick the field goal. They're going to punt it instead of trying a 48-yarder, so the Vipers get the stop. This kick is way short and will be fielded at the 13-yard line. Up to the 14 is the return. Cleveland a little bit of life in it with that stop. Alan JD says, or Bandits APF 2K8 says, I hope I don't get bit. Be in Minnesota tonight for Bark at the Park night. And I know I won't get bit because I'll be in the press box. Don't have to worry about that. 1st and 10 with the 14, handoff English left-hand side. Nowhere to go. Only a 1-yard gain.
English. Tackle made by Douglas. No gain on the play.
Brings up 2nd down and 9.
2nd and 9 from Wolves Vipers. 15-yarder.
For the New York Knights, they have 2 weeks off before they travel to take on the Orlando Intimidators Sunday, March 15th at 3 p.m. Central. Play action. Wright is in trouble and will go down. A 5-yard loss. David Fisher on the sack. 3rd and 14 for Cleveland. Not good, not good. The Vipers will also have 2 weeks off and travel to Minneapolis in a couple of weeks in a must-win game for them as that pass thrown into traffic is incomplete. Freeman Goodspeed has been targeted 7 times but has just 2 catches on this day. That is a tribute to Isaac Holt and his defense along with Jesus Salvador deep. 4th down, the Vipers will have to punt it away, and that's about all she wrote.
Wolves Vipers are back to punt. Hakeem is deep to receive.
Don't let him get that point.
Remaining games for New York at 2 and 3. At Orlando, they host Minneapolis, which will be a monster game. This is a short one as well for Cleveland. And then New York has to travel to Baltimore, so still a tough schedule in front of the Knights. They would need some big-time victories. They're 0-3 against their rival Crabs, all 3 losses coming by 4 points or less. Or in overtime, I should say, by 1 score. Let's just call it that. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. New York nearly in scoring position already as St. Clair's going to go deep. He's got a man. That is Chambers down to the 11. 1st and 10 for New York, who's just trying to put this game away. Chambers, another big grab. His season high is 8 receptions. West St. Clair has had a much better outing today. Had 3 games last year without throwing an interception. He has not had a game like that this year, but is interceptionless today as St. Clair's pass is caught, and it's going to be a touchdown. To the right-hand side of the end zone, that may be Studwell, but looks a little too small. It is. That is Studwell's second touchdown of the day, and the third touchdown pass for West St. Clair to no interceptions, as nobody was on the Gold Star tight end to the outside, and it is 44-17, and the route is on.
Barber is back for the point after. Archuleta on the hold.
The Knights this season, a high for points, 34 against the Baltimore Crabs. Kick is good. The Knights now have 45 points, which is over Cleveland's season average for giving up points. They only gave up 21 to Baltimore last week on the road. But for New York, all time, the Knights last season scored 50 points twice. The season before that, they scored 50 points once. And the season before that, they did not score over 50 in a game. For as dominant as that offense was in their first year, that's a little surprising. St. Clair having a very good day. It looks like Bandits APF 2K8 picked St. Clair in fantasy football. Hope you didn't pick Johnny English. He has struggled today. 25 carries, 70 yards. St. Clair over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, no picks, but he's going to have to top Rocco Marconi's numbers, which, looking at what Marconi usually produces, it's hard to fathom that Marconi would not have more than 3 touchdowns tonight. But San Francisco's pass defense, if you can believe this, giving up a league best, just 149.3 passing yards per game, which is astounding. 2nd and 5 from the 33. 2 receivers, and English takes the handoff, and he will be short of the first down. A 2-yard gain brings up a 3rd down and short.
He picks up 2 yards on the play. Number 53, credited with the tackle.
Cleveland's home finale against the Honolulu Legends, Sunday, March 29th at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on Viper Radio 98.3 WCVZ. And here in Cleveland, as English takes a shovel pass, he's got a lot of room to the outside, picks up a 1st down. Get your tickets at the box office or by visiting the Vipers official website at clevelandvipers.com. It actually might have been a draw play. I thought English got the flip.
Let's go.
Either way, 1st down for the Vipers at their 48, down 28. This game got away from them early in the 1st quarter, and it got away from them at the end of the 2nd quarter. And since the half, New York has tacked on a couple more touchdowns. Wright going deep down the field, has a man wide open. That is good speed to the 22-yard line, and another 1st down for the Cleveland Vipers. St. Clair, 328 yards and 3 touchdowns to be exact. First and 10 from the Knight 22-yard line.
26. Listen up. Go. 74.
Wright hands it off to English. English sidesteps a defender, picks up 4. Brings up 2nd down and 6 as the clock is ticking now down to 7.5 minutes to go. San Francisco and Minnesota waiting from Wolf Ram and Hart Stadium as the Maulers try to take their regular season record to 5-0. It might actually clinch them a playoff spot. Have not taken a look at those numbers. 2nd down and 6, handoff to English, and he lost 3. Vipers could, or Maulers with a win at worst, could finish 5-3. Right now, the 5th place team is 2-3. That's Oklahoma City, but Minneapolis holds the head-to-head. New York is 2-3, so the Maulers would not clinch because New York could win out and stump the Maulers. That pass through the hands of the receiver and incomplete, although I may be a little fuzzy on my math. 4th down and 9. Casanari's going to come out so that Cleveland can just get some points.
Number 6.
I'm sure 5-3 gets you into the playoffs, particularly this season, with a lot of teams clamoring for the final spots, not necessarily at the top of the food chain. So Casanari comes out to kick the field goal. This is from 38 yards away on the right hash mark, and Casanari's kick is good, officially from 37, so the Vipers make it 45-20. As the Knights offense gets to come back out on the field. Still a 4-score game. And the Vipers will kick it deep. New York, 2 straight wins after an 0-3 start. They really have turned it on. From the 7, New York on the return. Orlando has to face them next. Orlando has been better as well, 1-3, but playing better football. Nearly took down the Maulers last week. Lost only by 10, 55-45 in a shootout.
1st and 10. From the Knights.
1st down to the 25 for New York, up by 25. 3 receivers all to the top of the screen, and St. Clair drops to throw. St. Clair's pass is caught. And a gain of 8 for Studwell, who was shoved out of bounds. Brock Studwell has had a really nice afternoon. A couple of touchdowns. Had that one big catch right before halftime that helped his yards. Studwell, expected to be the best tight end in the league receiving-wise, has been far from that mark.
2nd and 2.
Coming into the week, Tiberius Bovine had 419 yards and 2 touchdowns. Then it was Marcus Campbell, 305 yards and a score, followed by Studwell, 285 yards and a score. St. Clair drops to throw. St. Clair is punished at the 26, a 7-yard loss. That one by William Fisher, defensive end. Just muscles his way to Wes. Under 6 to play now. Dan Stevens and Peter O'Keefe will have the post-game show coming your way as soon as we're done here. Due to some internet difficulties in the second half, we won't have a game recap, so right after the post-game report with Dan and Peter will go off the air. That pass is off the hands of another receiver and into the hands of Chambers. 1st down on a 3rd down conversion for New York off a deflected pass. Everything going the way of the night today. So Dan and Peter will do their spiel. We'll go off the air from there so that we can get out to Minneapolis as quickly as possible. 1st and 10 from the 40. St. Clair back to pass. Swings it out to Heacho. Has a lot of space. 35-30. Heacho breaks a tackle down to the Cleveland 45-yard line. I was thinking that the Knights were already in scoring position. Forgive me. Czech Congo had to come all the way outside to make the tackle. Good pursuit for the defensive end.
First and 10.
Backs in the backfield. Heachel takes the handoff left-hand side. Heachel's got a lot of space. First down. The Viper 35-yard line keeps the clock going. Check out all of our YouTube partners on Twitch. They're great people. S.A. Corky, Darth Destro MD, Vertigo, many others. You see them scrolling across the screen with some descriptions of their channels and URL links to them as well.
First and 10.
Chris Davis, he was in the chat earlier, along with our newest partner, King Habo. First and 10 from the 35 of Cleveland for New York. Handoff goes to Heachel, and Heachel picks up just 1 yard. 277 yards rushing now for Heachel. Mentioned earlier his career high is 342. The season high is Zach Parker. He had, against Cleveland, 326. Second and 9 from the Cleveland 34. New York doing the right thing, wasting a lot of time, but St. Clair's going to pass. Swing it outside. That pass caught by the fullback, I believe. A 3-yard gain, Johnston. Third down and 6 with the clock rolling down to 3.5 to play. Knights are just on the outskirts of scoring position, could pad their lead.
Let's go.
Down to 3:10 remaining. Third down and 6 from the Viper 31. 3 receivers and 2 backs in the backfield. St. Clair gives it off to Heachel, and Heachel is 4th and inches. And if I'm New York, I think about going for this, because you would be able to keep Cleveland's offense off the field and could really run out the time in this game. Cleveland has just 2 timeouts because they lost a challenge in the third quarter. Well, New York will kick a field goal to try to go up by 28. They're 1 for 2 on the day. This kick is from 42 yards out. They missed from 25 yards out. Down to 7 on the play clock. 42 yards away, ball on the left hash. Barber's kick is on its way, and good. From 42 yards away, the Knights build their lead 48-20. We didn't get to the stats after the end of 3. I apologize for that, but check them out. They were pretty eye-opening. The Knights, this is at the end of the third quarter. 262 rushing yards, 291 passing yards for 553 total yards of offense today for New York. That was coming into this fourth quarter. Also coming into the fourth quarter, neither team had a turnover. Both teams still are turnoverless, and New York was excellent on third down, and they still are.
First and 10 from your Viper, 26 yards.
Down!
First down and 10 at the 26. Swing out to Goodspeed, who shoved the Knight. 4 catches for 69 yards. That's a pretty quiet day for Freeman Goodspeed. It's been tough trying to get him the football.
Showtime. Second and 5 from your Vipers.
And for whatever reason, the clock is not running. They did rule it complete. Second and 6 at the 32, timeouts for the Vipers. Trying to make the score a little bit nicer, as that Gets out to the 34-yard line. We hit the 2-minute warning. It'll be 3rd and 2 when we come back. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification along the Cleveland Viper Radio Network. Bangs up. You are listening to the home of the Vipers. 98.3 WCBZ. Cleveland. Third down and 2. 4 receiver set. Right, drops back deep, fires middle, has a man. First down, Cleveland rushing to their own 43-yard line. 1:50 to go. Right back to pass, right looking. He checks it down to English, picks up 6 to midfield. Vipers padding their stance at this point. Right deep, drop back, throws it right-hand side and well underthrown. Scott King is back in the game, but that pass easily knocked away. Brings up 3rd down. Third and 4 from midfield, 48-20. New York on top of Cleveland. The Knights are going to go to 2 and 3 and jump up to 5th place in the standings. Just a half game behind the Honolulu Legends. And tied with Oklahoma City, but they've already beaten the Renegades, so they hold that tiebreaker. The Vipers fall to 1 and 4 in a must-win situation in 2 weeks against Minnesota. They'll have 2 weeks to prepare for that game as Scott King picks up a first down. Cleveland needs to do some serious soul searching in the next couple of weeks to try and figure out if there's a way that they can top the Maulers. 1st and 10 from the 46. 4 receiver set, 3 to the top of the screen, right back to pass, swings it out right inside, caught by King and out of bounds. A 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7 stops the clock with 1:21 to go.
Right. 2nd and 6.
Down. Side.
Again, shotgun formation with 4 receivers. Now 3 to the bottom of the formation. Right to throw. Right down the middle. Has good speed. It's caught. Timeout Cleveland to the New York 21-yard line. Nice grab by Goodspeed in the open field. With the defense bearing down on him. First and 10, Cleveland has an opportunity to bring the deficit back down to 21. Trips down to the right. Right to pass, he's going to the end zone. That pass is caught for a touchdown. Welcome back into the game, Scott King. So the Vipers make a bit of a miserable day, a little less miserable.
Number 6.
1:12 left. The extra point from Kazunari will cut it to a 3-score game. Again, programming alert. Don't forget that the Minneapolis Maulers will take on the San Francisco Bulldogs in the SFL Game of the Week tonight, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. Right here on the SFL Network on Twitch, I would expect to see an onside kick here from the Vipers, and we will. With 1 timeout left, if New York recovers, that's pretty much the ball game. Onside kick for Cleveland, and it will be easily fielded by New York up to the 37-yard line, and that will do it. Cleveland has 1 timeout to burn, but the Knights will likely take the victory by a final score of 48-27. Dan and Peter will have the final call of this game. After they are done, we will get off the air so that we can get you ready for the San Francisco Bulldogs and the Minneapolis Maulers Bark in the Park night as Minneapolis goes for a 5-0 start. Cleveland, from the opening play of this game, just didn't have it going. Let up a long completion to Jake Legacy. Knights took a 17-0 lead on their first 3 possessions. Cleveland made a brief comeback, made it 17-10 with 4 minutes to go in the first half, but then the Knights tacked on 2 more touchdowns at the end of the second quarter to push the lead up to 21 at the break. And it was over from there. 3rd and 13 for New York. Final kneel down. No turnovers by either team in this game. It was a well-played game. Only 1 penalty as well. But the New York Knights just played the well-played game much better. Final kneel down. They will not have to run another play. Final score, New York 48, Cleveland 27. Dan Stevens and Peter O'Keefe have your post-game show. This broadcast has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League. The SFL Week 6 Game of the Week is up next. San Francisco and Minneapolis.
And that is going to do it for this one. The Knights come out on top, 48-27. With this one in the books, let's take a look back at some of the action. So, the ball game is over. Let's take a quick look back at how it went with our post-game show. Let's start this one on the first play from scrimmage in the second half. Number 24 had to work to find an opening, but he was able to haul this one in. Unfortunately, they could not capitalize on the play. Midway through the third, this time at the 27. Number 9 went up top on a third down play, and he was able to find his man. A 26-yard touchdown for the home team. Trying to answer back, the Knights winning by 14. Number 33 is going to bounce this one to the outside, and look at the execution up front. And he's in the clear. They have opened it up and now lead by 21. I'm out of control. The Vipers, still midway through the third quarter. Number 24 would find an opening here, and he was off. Unfortunately, the drive stopped shortly afterwards, and they had to punt it away. The Vipers back 38-17. Number 33 on the carry here as they work the ground game, and this is a nice run. Unfortunately, the drive stopped shortly afterwards, and they had to punt it away. Now early in the fourth quarter, already inside field goal range, number 3 would drop back and deliver a strike on this one. A 10-yard touchdown for the visitors. Midway through the fourth, the Vipers behind by 28. Number 9 is back, and he's pretty much locked in on his wide receiver, and he hits him. They're trying to make something happen and are now down by 25. The Knights, late in the fourth quarter. Barber comes on for the field goal try. Good spot, and this one is right through, no sweat. A 43-yard field goal. The Knights up 48-20. Number 9 connected with his man on this one. A 21-yard touchdown for the home team. And that will do it. The Knights win big, 48-27. Okay, here's your 2K Sports Player of the Game.
Number 33 proved once again why he's one of the best. Well, they put the game on his legs, Dan, and he managed to find his way through holes big and small all game en route to a big rushing performance. And that performance led his team to victory.
For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.